I want your soul. Yeah, that's where this thing is going. Wow, what a weird, wild, interesting, intriguing, and compelling confrontation on WWE SmackDown between the final boss, The Rock, and the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Where is this going, and what are the WrestleMania consequences? We would love to hear your take about this in the comments below. Come on, watch the whole video for all of the possible takes on where this can go and how it can end up in Las Vegas at WrestleMania 41. I want you to be our subscriber. Yes, hit the subscribe button, get us to over 200,000K here on the YouTubes. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin. Let us know what you think of the very wild possibilities that The Rock is teasing with Cody Rhodes. After the blockbuster, most successful of all time WrestleMania 41 in Philadelphia that saw The Rock play a critical role wrestling on night 1 and getting physical on night 2 as Cody once again humiliated and humbled Roman Reigns, ending his record-breaking title reign and becoming the man who finished his own story in one of the greatest WrestleMania endings of all time. The Rock was a big part of that. Now, obviously, the plan that The Rock wanted was Rock versus Reigns, and maybe that's still bitter and underneath The Rock's skin in his most recent return. Yeah, after WrestleMania 41 on that Raw, while Cody was taking in the adulation, he still had to face off with The Rock, who put something in his hand that we still don't know what that is and what it means. Another part of the story that we don't know about, but we just want to know. Remember back then, everyone gasping in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, as The Rock said Cody may have finished one story, but another one was just beginning. And he made it clear his intentions to get the WWE Championship in the future from Cody. Time passes. Cody valiantly fights on as a true babyface champion after years of having a villainous champion in WWE, and then The Rock shows up silently, abruptly, and unannounced at the end of the Bad Blood Premium Live event in October of 2024, making people think that he was definitely going to be a part of WrestleMania season. The Rock then shows up and he's all buddy with Cody Rhodes at the Raw Netflix premiere in January, and they're friends, and he's complimenting him, and it just feels weird. And hey, you came to the Moana premiere, and that's really great, and you're such a great champion, you're so great, and aren't I doing the nice thing? But then the next second, I'm calling people in the crowd a name and doing this and being The Rock. Are we getting The Rock? Are we getting the final boss? Then we fast forward to February of 2025, as there is some level of brewing discontent about what are we getting with WrestleMania this year? What's actually happening? We want the storyline cemented in January and no twists and turns between then, but then we want twists and turns, and boom, you get a press release on February 20th telling you The Rock is going to be on the next day's SmackDown on the USA Network, and The Rock showed up in a big way to close out the second hour of the show, calling Cody Rhodes to the ring, saying that he wanted Cody to be more than what he was. He didn't want Cody just to be the WWE Universal Champion. He wanted him to be Rock's champion, alluding to the family bonds between both sides that were in the ring. Of course, The Rock's father, the great soul man Rocky Johnson, the long bloodline of Samoan wrestling dynasty behind him that he sits atop of, and of course, Cody Rhodes being the son of WWE Hall of Famer, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But if you will, there's a lot more under the surface, all of it brewing to a big moment where The Rock demands something of Cody. Yes, The Rock is the most powerful man in the business. He's on the TKO board. He needs Cody to be his champion, and he says at the Elimination Chamber coming up on March 1st, he needs Cody's answer, and he wants Cody's soul. Is The Rock the devil now? Everything is cooking in hell. It's hell, it's all fire. You get the idea. When The Rock made a very out there, rare appearance, his first ever on WWE NXT after the Raw Netflix premiere in California, he said, "Enjoy the ride that we're on." So this is the ride we're taking into WrestleMania 41, with The Rock apparently playing a very influential role. But obviously we have a lot more questions than answers answers, and if you're asking yourself, where is this going? What are they doing? Where is this going? And you're just like, I want answers, but I don't get them. They got you. The hook is in your mouth. And they got you, and they got us. Let's break down some of the possibilities of where this is going, especially considering we're already waiting to see what happens with Elimination Chamber, which is certainly consequential to everything else with WrestleMania. The winner of the Chamber match gets to face Cody, as it has already been determined, for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, and the favorites going into that multi-man match currently are CM Punk, who is seeking his first ever WrestleMania main event, and someone who's on their farewell tour, a certain sentimental favorite who wants to break the 17th time world title record in his farewell year, John Cena. Now, one of those men is going to play a role, I think, in this story right now as I'm talking to you. No matter who walks out of the brutality in Toronto, Cody and The Rock are going to have a confrontation in Toronto to determine if Cody accepts The Rock's offer of, I guess, selling his soul to him and becoming his champion in this Lex Luthor Superman corporate sleaze angle. Now, if Cody decides to sell out and become a heel and join forces with The Rock, he faces Punk or Cena as a heel champion, turning as he is still a champion, not changing his character to win the title, which would certainly be interesting, and there are some people who are boo birds that say Cody needs a fresh makeover. Cody goes into WrestleMania as The Rock's corporate champion. He becomes the thing he was fighting against the entire time. Option 2 would see Cody say, no thank you. Yes, Cody, ever so valiant, ever so idealistic, a good guy in challenging times, the polar opposite of the previous WWE champion. He says, you can take your offer of an apple in the Garden of Eden and shove it straight up your candy you know what. Yes, The Rock is furious and seeks to disrupt Cody's path to WrestleMania glory, making it clear that if you're not his champion, you can't ever be champion. The Rock enters the fray of WrestleMania as a competitor with corporate boardroom power, inserting himself into a triple threat match with Cody. The Chamber winner and a big WrestleMania main event is made. Yes, and this would put The Rock into a match once again at WrestleMania. Reportedly, The Rock has gone on the record saying that 5 weeks is the ideal time for him to get in ring shape for a big match, as someone who obviously doesn't wrestle that often. And we're in that time frame as we speak and record to you right now. Option 3, The Rock could play an even nastier long game as he says this is a ride and he's taking you on it. WWE saw us go on a 2-night ride last year in Philadelphia, and night 1 with Cody and Seth Rollins facing the bloodline of The Rock and Roman Reigns to determine the stipulations for night 2, when Cody would challenge Roman Reigns and finish his story and win the title. Yes, maybe we get something like that again, with The Rock stacking the deck against Cody once more, having him defend the title night 1 and then face him on night 2. That would also give a lot of consequential in-play for whoever challenges Cody gets a potential match with The Rock as well, waiting for them right after they win the championship. It would add a compelling element to the 2-night presentation of WWE's WrestleMania, which is not going away, especially in the streaming era where watch time and watching more means more. No matter what, The Rock has sprinkled a whole bunch of stardust upon the road to WrestleMania. Is it more interesting to you? Are the possibilities intriguing to you? Do we got this whole thing wrong? Where do you see this going? And tell us what you are cooking up in the comments below. I'm Kevin Kellum. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. Thank you for watching this whole video, and hit the subscribe button. Help us break 200,000 subs. Plus, if you want even more content, join Sportskeeda Wrestling and Backstage Pass right here on YouTube for even more bonus premium content.